Good morning, sixth graders. It's Miss K back at it again for another science lesson. Today we are going to do our wow statement winner, and I am going to kind of do a technology lesson to get you set up for your assignment for next week, okay? Our wow statement is based on our previous lesson, as you all know, and our last lesson about science was about the meteorologist. I love that video. I thought it was really funny when he said, "Have you guys ever seen 2 feet of snow?" And then he showed 2 actual carved out feet of snow. Loved that. Um, so our wow statement winner wrote about something in that PlayPosit / YouTube video, so I'm going to read that. But I also want to make sure you need, this is probably true for other classes too, but for science, you cannot just jump into this PlayPosit if you haven't done previous work, okay? You have to start from the first assignments I've posted to the most recent, okay? So that means going to my assignment page and scrolling all the way down and looking through, seeing, have you done this? Yep. Then go up, have you done this? Because I'm going to reference things from other videos, and if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to do this assignment and this lesson successfully, okay? So please start from the most recent assignment and work your way up. If you don't know what assignments you owe or haven't owed, we'll be able to figure that out next week, but I really want you to go in your assignment tab and you can see what subjects and what assignments you owe. You can also just message me, okay? I get a lot of messages. There's over 100 of you, so just be patient and I will respond within that day always, okay? It might just not be within 5 minutes, okay? So as I mentioned, our wow statement is on the meteorologist lesson. So let's read what our wow statement winner said this week. It's about the weather balloons, which were so cool. We're going to learn more about that. I love it. The weather balloons help meteorologists explain the weather by measuring the air pressure. So we learned so many different things. There are balloons used in science / being a meteorologist. There is air pressure in the air. What is that? We are going to learn more about that, but I want to say congratulations to Miss Jocelyn. She is our wow statement winner. Great job, Jocelyn. I'm pretty sure, yes, you did. You got 100 on this PlayPosit. Keep rocking, doing awesome. And everyone, make sure you're doing your PlayPosit, and let's get into the lesson. Hi again, everybody. Okay, so for today's science lesson, I'm going to explain this research project that we're going to start. Okay, so we're going to start it today we're going to open up the PowerPoint document, and you will save the document, and it's something that you're going to work on when all your assignments are done, or if you're in school, it's something that you can always be adding to. So your assignment today is going to be me just walking you through the steps of how to be set up so that you can start working on this next week. Okay, so this is just going to be a YouTube video, and then you're going to have to go and respond to the discussion question that is above this YouTube video on my class page. So we are going to start by going to 2 things. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Okay, so you should be looking at my desktop screen now, and I'm going to show you a few different things. So, for this assignment, you have to have your weather and climate textbook downloaded on your desktop. If you are saying, I don't have that, or what is that, that immediately tells me that you did not do the very, 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 very first assignment that I posted on my class page. That makes me a little upset, but right now you should pause this YouTube video, scroll all the way down. It is called Wednesday, September 9th lesson, and it shows you how to get your textbook, and there is a secret sentence in the video that you have to type in the discussion. That's how you're graded, okay? So you have to go and do that. It should be done, so I'm going to move on. So you should have your weather and climate textbook on your desktop here. It's mine. And you should have your PowerPoint. It's okay if it's not on your desktop. I would imagine it is, but you guys might just have to search down here and type in PowerPoint, okay? So what I want you to do is open up your PowerPoint. And you're going to do a blank presentation, okay? Alright, and then it should look a little like this. And we're going to save the file. So for this, you have to go up here to save. It's this disk thing. You're going to press, you want to save it to your desktop. And you're going to call it your first name survey. Okay, we're going to be doing a survey. I'll explain it in a minute. Okay, so you're saving it to your desktop. And remember, this is a YouTube video. If you think I'm going too fast, all you need to do is rewind. Okay, that's the beauty of that. So you should be saving in your desktop. So you're going to click here, desktop, and we're going to call this your first name. Okay, so my first name is Annie, and then you have to write survey. Okay. All right. So file name is Annie Survey. All right, and it's saved to my desktop. Okay. From here, exit out, make sure it's there. So here's mine, it says Annie Survey. Look, I'm gonna exit out and I can access it here, okay? This is where this is a survey and it's a research project. So this is something that you're gonna do throughout a period of time. So now I'm gonna explain what this is going to be, okay? This is what you need your textbook for. So you can access the directions, okay? So this is now a video. I'm actually going to end this video and make sure that everything's working. All right, my friends, now I'm going to explain how we're going to use our science book for this, okay? The book is where you can get ideas for this project and where you can get directions for this project. So double click this and it will probably open up the internet link, okay? So just scroll through. This is your science notebook, or I'm sorry, this is your science textbook. Scroll down and we are headed to lesson 3 for this assignment, okay? Local History of Severe Weather, Lesson 3 project. There it is. You will recognize some of these pages from our other lessons. So just scroll down, we're going to go to Lesson 3. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're just getting you set up to do this project in the future. We are going to do this lesson next week, so you'll learn about this. But basically, this entire lesson is about thinking about the severe weather that is happening in your area. So for us, that's Salamanca, or we can even extend it to being Buffalo, New York, or we can even extend it to being upstate New York, okay? So we'll look at our different regions and see what research we can find, okay? We can even just do all of New York State. I think we'll probably end up doing that. Severe local history of severe weather in New York State. Okay, so we have this, so what you know as of now is we have this PowerPoint that we're going to be doing some survey project thing with, right? So this is where our directions are. And what we're going to do is basically answer these questions on the PowerPoint slides, slide by slide. You will be finding out what severe weather or what extreme weather is in our area, or as I just mentioned, in New York State in general, within the past 30 years. Then, once we have found that research, the fun part really begins, okay? So we are going to be doing a survey. A survey is a word used when people want to ask a bunch of different people a bunch of the same questions to get their different answers, okay? So in this survey, let me show you this picture. It's like a very good little screenshot of what a survey is. Okay, this is a survey. And I think you guys are going to really like this project. Okay, once we just got to get set up, and then I think we're all going to have a lot of fun with this. So, our category is finding out what severe weather in New York State is for different people, okay? So, within people's lifetimes so far. So, a survey usually, and in this case you're going to be interviewing somebody that's older than you, okay? That's kind of your only rule for if you're asking who can I interview for this to find out about severe weather in New York. You're going to ask somebody older than you, okay? Because these people have lived longer and they've been through more weather events than you have, okay? So, we are going to be finding out and answering and asking people what types of severe, crazy weather have you lived through, basically, okay? So it looks like this boy here is interviewing maybe it's a grandmother or a mom, and he's asking on this paper, this is kind of like our PowerPoint, we're going to think of specific questions that we can ask people to interview, okay? So let's say I wanted to ask Miss Rath, the 4th grade science teacher, a few questions. I'm going to ask her a bunch of questions that we're going to think of, and we are going to get Miss Rath's take on weather that she has lived through in her life, okay? So what we're basically doing today is getting set up to do this, okay? So what you need to do is we're going to go back to our survey sheet and we're going to get it set up, okay? And what you're going to write here is severe weather research project. Down here, you will write your first name. So by your first name, okay? This is going to be everybody's first slide. So pause the video and make sure you write severe weather research project by, and you're going to of course write your first name, okay? Make sure you pause video and we'll go on to our next slide. Then here you are going to write, remember I mentioned, the first thing we're going to find out is what type of severe weather do we have in New York? Okay, that's the first thing that you need to research. Okay, so the most severe weather in New York State. This is where you are going to do some research, okay? How do you do research? Good question. To do research, what you're going to do is basically type this into Google. Okay, we're going to use Google as our research tool. And we are going to look up what we find, okay? Severe weather in New York State in the past 50 years, okay? Alright, this looks like a wonderful resource. The first thing that comes up is going to be the most relevant to what you search. And in here, we can kind of look up and see what you find. Oh, wow. So something we're definitely going to find is a lot of snowfall. Could definitely be a severe weather we found. Biggest snowstorms. All right, so this is a great resource that you might want to use, or you might Google something else and find another awesome resource. But for today's project, all you are going to do is open a PowerPoint, title it, you're going to put it on your desktop, you're going to do the first slide, Severe Weather Research Project, and you are going to do a second slide, Severe Weather in New York State, okay? And if you come to a point where you have some free time, you're going to come back to this PowerPoint and you're going to do some research about severe weather in New York State. Okay? Then we'll go on to the next slides. This is going to be something you do if you're finished with everything and you need something else to do for science. This is what you're going to go to. So this can be something, if you get this slide done and you found severe weather, just email me and I will tell you what the next slide is going to be. Okay? But for today, this is as far as we are getting. All right, so to show me that you have completed this YouTube video, your secret sentence is going to be the following sentence. Miss K loves PowerPoint. Okay? So you know the secret, this secret sentence is going to be something that tells me that you got to the end of the video, okay? Miss K, Miss K loves PowerPoint. All right, everybody? So when you are at this point in the video, you are going to pause the video and you're going to write it in the discussion box above this video, okay? It's going to be a discussion question and it's going to say, type in the secret sentence from October 2nd lesson. Great job, guys. Have a fantastic weekend.